greet everyone in the house. Thank you for the opportunity to give it to me to speak in this afternoon here in Nigeria. And shortly, I want to talk on the strategy for resolving conflict. Strategy for resolving conflict. Now, let's look at the strategy for resolving conflict. There are several strategies that can be used to resolve conflict. What are the strategies? This includes negotiation, mediation, arbitration, compromise, seeking common ground. Now, let me explain a brief explanation on each of them. Negotiation involves direct communication between parties to reach a mutual acceptable agreement. It requires active listening, empathy, and creative problem solving. And then we talk about the mediation. Mediation involves a natural third party facilitating a conversation between conflicting parties to help them reach a resolution, to help them reach their resolution. Mediators do not impose decisions, but rather guide the discussion. And what about the arbitration? The third one is arbitration. Arbitration involves a natural third party makes a binding decision after hearing evidence and argument from both sides. This approach is often used when parties cannot agree together. That's when you have to come into arbitration. Now, let's talk about the common ground. What are the common ground? Common ground involves finding a middle ground that partially satisfies both parties. It requires flexibility and willingness to hear on same issues. Number 5 is seeking common ground. Seeking common ground involves identifying shared interests, values, or goals that can serve as a foundation for resolving conflict. So you must seek common ground. This approach focuses on building bridges rather than emphasizing differences. Now, let me explain. Let me explain the key elements of negotiation. Number 1 key element of negotiation is direct communication. Parties communicate directly with each other to discuss their concerns, needs, and interests. Number 2, active listening. Each party listens attentively to the other's perspective, seek questions, and seek clarification. Number 3, mutual goals. Parties work together to find a mutually acceptable solution that satisfies both parties' interests. Number 4, creative problem solving. Parties think creatively to find innovative solutions that meet both parties' needs. And then number 5, talk about flexibility. Flexibilities are willing to compromise and adjust their position to reach a mutually acceptable agreement. Now, let's look at the negotiation technique. One is separate the people from the problem. Focus on the issue, not the person. Number two, focus on the interest. Focus on interest, not possession, under the undying needs and interest of each party. Number three, use objective criteria. Use facts, data, and expert opinion to support your position. Number four, make a strong first offer. Start with a confident and reasonable proposal. Now, the next one, number five, be transparent and honest. Be transparent and honest. Build trust by being open and trustful in your communication. Now, let's talk about the benefits of negotiation. Number one benefit of negotiation, preserve relationships. Negotiation can help maintain positive relationships. Number two, encourages collaboration. Encourages collaboration. We have been talking, leaders have been talking. Now, parties work together to find a mutual beneficial solution. Number four, total creative problem solving. What that is? Negotiation promotes innovative thinking. Number four, save time and resources. Save time and resources. Negotiation can be faster and less costly than other conflict resolution methods. Now, let's talk about mediation. Mediation. The number one element of mediation, neutral third party. A mediator facilitates the conversation between the conflicting parties. Number two, voluntary participation. Parties participate willingly and voluntarily. Number three is confidentiality. Mediation discussion are typically confidential. Number four, impartiality. Mediator remains neutral and impartial. Number five, focus on future. Mediation emphasizes finding a mutual acceptable solution for the future. Now let's talk about mediation process. Number one mediation process is parties agree to mediate and select a mediator. Number two, introduction. Mediator introduce themselves, explain the process, and set ground rules. Number three, opening statement. Parties share their perspective and consent. Number four, joint discussion. Mediator facilitates a conversation between the parties to identify common goals and interests. Number five, cost. Number five, CACUS. Number five is CACUS. Now, what are the CACUS? CACUS, mediator meets separately with each party to discuss their consent and options. Number six, negotiation. Parties negotiate a mutually acceptable agreement. Number seven, agreement. Parties reach a written agreement which is binding. Let's look at the benefit of mediation. Number one benefit of mediation is preserve relationship. Mediation can help maintain positive relationships. Cost of effective mediation is often less expensive than legislation. Now, let's talk of time efficient. Mediation can resolve conflict quickly, increase control. Parties have more control over the outcome. Improve. Number 5, improve. Improve communication. Mediation promotes effective communication. When to use mediation? Number 1, when to use mediation, early dispute resolution. Mediation can resolve conflict before they escalate early. Number 2, emotional charge conflict. Mediation can help parties navigate emotional charge conflict when you solve it without other parties aware of it. Number 3, multiple parties involved. Mediation can facilitate discussion between multiple parties. Number 4, complex conflict. Mediation can help parties navigate complex conflict. Now let's talk about arbitration. The key elements of arbitration. Number 1 key element is neutral third party. An arbitration makes a binding decision. Number 2, submission of evidence. Parties present evidence and argument. Number 3, binding decision. Arbitrator's decision is final and enforceable. Now, let's look at the benefits. Number 1 benefit, finality. Arbitration provides a definitive solution. Number 2, efficiency. Arbitration can be faster than litigation.
Okay.
Arbitration can be fast.
Can you round up, please? Can you round up for today and then pause where you are, and then we can call you.
That's the last one.
Okay.
That's the last one. So now, arbitration can often have specialized knowledge when to use complex disputes. Arbitration suits complex technical disputes. Now, high-tech conflict. Arbitration provides a final binding decision. Compromise. Finding middle ground. Parties meet halfway to resolve a conflict. Number 2, mutual concession. Each party gives up something to reach an agreement. Party satisfaction. Neither party gets everything they want. Benefit. This is the last. Quick resolution. Compromise can resolve conflict efficiently. So
thank you.
That's the end of my teaching this afternoon. Thank you so much for the opportunity to get for me to share this brief knowledge.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chaplain Brigadier General Isaac Christian. Thank you so much for your valuable information you've shared with us this afternoon. We really appreciate that. And thank you for coming back, because I know you were busy traveling before, and you were able to reach home and also to join us back again to come and share with us this afternoon. Thank you, and God bless you. Thank you. Okay.